Hello, welcome back to the Board Games 4K YouTube channel, and this is a channel where we give you reviews, playthroughs, unboxings, and we generally talk a lot of bollocks about tabletop gaming in general. And in this video we're going to be talking about a 2012 Antione Bauza game called Takenoko, and in this game you'll be irrigating plots to grow bamboo or moving the panda to eat bamboo to fulfill objective cards in order to get victory points to win the game. And in this video we're going to be giving you a very brief overview of the rules. We'll be telling you what we do like, what we don't like, and then we'll come back and we'll tell you whether or not Takenoko is still worth playing several years after it was first released in 2011 maybe. So remember, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to this channel, leave a comment in that section down below, and we'll see you after this. Board Games 4K. So, Takenoko, how'd you play this game? So this game takes place over two phases. So the first phase, you will roll the weather die. You roll the die and then you look at the symbol, then you will carry out the action that is associated with that symbol. So the various actions that are associated with the weather die are, if you roll the sun, you will be able to take one extra action, but it has to be different from the other two actions that you take, right? So if you roll the rain, you'll be able to grow a bamboo section on the plot of your choice. So if you roll wind, you'll be able to take two identical actions on your turn. Ordinarily you wouldn't be able to do this. If you roll the storm, you'll be able to move the panda and he will eat a bamboo off the tile that he is placed on. So if you roll clouds, then you will be able to take an improvement chip from the supply and then place it onto the board. So the different improvement chips are, you've got the irrigation tile, will irrigate the tile, which will allow bamboo to grow, because if a plot isn't irrigated it cannot grow bamboo. You got the fertilizer, and ordinarily when a plot is first irrigated, or if the gardener lands on a plot, then you will grow one bamboo, but the fertilizer will allow you to grow two bamboo. And also you've got the enclosure. When you place this down on a plot, that means that the panda cannot eat bamboo on that plot, right? So you've also got the question mark, which will allow you to choose which ability the weather die will grant you. Lovely. So once you've done that, then you will go to the perform action phase, and this is where, funny old thing, you'll be performing two actions, and they have to be different unless the weather die dictates otherwise. So the different actions that you can take the plot action, and what you'll do, you'll take the top three tiles from the supply, you'll look at them, you'll choose one, you'll put the other two underneath the plot deck, and then you'll place it adjacent to another plot, and any plots that are next to the central pond tile are automatically irrigated and grow bamboo, but if not, they have to be irrigated with the little tiny blue stick things. So the second action you can take is you can purchase an irrigation channel, and all you do is that you will take a blue stick from the supply and chuck it on your player board, and you can put that on the board at any point on your turn. And what you'll do, you'll have to make sure that it is adjacent or touching another irrigation channel or the pond tile, and these go on the intersections between hexes, a bit like roads in Catan, right? So the next thing you can do is you can move the gardener. He moves in a straight line any number of spaces, and then he will grow bamboo on the plot that he has landed on, and also any adjacent plots that are the same colour as the plot he landed on. Super. So the next thing that you can do is you can move the panda, and what you'll do, he moves in a straight line and you will move the panda, and then the panda will eat a bit of bamboo, and you'll take the bamboo and put it on your player board. Lovely. So the next thing you can do is you can take an objective card, right? And all you do is you've got three different types of objective cards. You've got the landscape and objective tiles, which gives you a certain pattern that you've got to see on the board with the tiles. You've got the panda objective tiles, which means that you've got to trade in bamboo from your player sheet in order to score them points. And then you've got the gardener objective points, in which case you've got to see the bamboo that's on the card directly represented on the board, and then you just trade them in any point on your turn, and then you will get the points. And the game ends when a certain amount of objective cards have been fulfilled, depending on the player count, and then the game will end. Everyone will get one more turn, and that is how you play, basically how you play Takenoko. So what do we like about Takenoko? So the first thing that we really like about this is the really good mix of luck and strategy, and the fact that you roll the weather die and it gives you a little bit of a bonus, a bit of a random bonus, and you don't really get to choose, but then you get to choose your actions. You'll find yourself sort of thinking about, which ones am I going to do first? Am I going to lay the tiles out first so that I can grow bamboo and then get the panda onto the bamboo to eat the bamboo, or am I going to wait for somebody else to do that and then move the gardener on there to grow bamboo, or all sorts of things. So there's a strategy of economy and trying to do things in the least expensive way possible. So the next thing that we really like about this is the beautiful components, and this game comes with these sort of pre-painted miniatures of the panda and the gardener, and you've got these three-dimensional bamboos that slot into each other, and you've got the colourful board, and once the board starts to grow and morph out on its own, it looks absolutely wonderful. And there's also a giant version of this which looks equally as stunning. The Chibi's expansion isn't necessarily on the same par with this because the panda chits that you get with that are just cardboard. It looks a bit weak compared to the wonderful component quality of this. But yeah, 5 out of 5 component quality, absolutely fantastic. So the third thing that we really like about this is the fact that this game doesn't overstay its welcome. It's 1 hour tops, even less than that maybe, and that includes teaching the game to new players. So it's a really nice basic strategy game that you can pull out and get done in under 1 hour, and that's really commendable. So what don't we like about Takenoko? So the first thing that we don't like about Takenoko is the objective cards are essentially unbalanced, and everybody seems to go for the panda cards because it just seems to be so more easier to sort of hoard those pieces of bamboo on your player sheet and then just whack out those quick objectives. Also, the fact that the objectives are hidden as well is that there's no sort of Ticket to Ride style offer where you get the choice of drawing blind at a least expensive cost or taking the more expensive ones that you can see. That would have been a beneficial thing for this game, but the fact that you're just drawing blind means you don't know what you're going to get, and if you take the punt on taking the draw objective action, that could be a waste. There's plenty of occasions where we've drawn one and it's been, I can't do this, or I can't do that either, and you're left with these cards in your hand that you can't get rid of, right? And this is even more prevalent towards the end of the game, especially if you take the landscaping tiles where you've got to match the pattern on the board. If a lot of the tiles have already been placed, then there's really no point in going for those objectives, right? So the next thing that we don't like about Takenoko, it's very, very difficult to sort of get a flow to your strategy, because where people are moving to different things around, they're growing bamboo and the pandas eating things, and the game is constantly in a state of flux. It's very, very difficult to anchor down a strategy to this game, and it's quite frustrating in a sense because you think, well, I'm trying to plan ahead. Well, if I do that, and then I can do this, and then somebody moves the panda and eats the bamboo, or somebody places a tile out and it disrupts that pattern. There's not really, you can't get any sort of consistency in your strategy in this game, and that's a little bit disappointing. So to summarise, is Takenoko worth your time and attention in 2019 and beyond? And we're going to say, yeah, we do like this game. It's got a charming theme, it's got wonderful components, and as long as you don't take this game too seriously, it is definitely still worth playing in 2019. And I think if this game was released now, people would still be enamoured with this game. And there's, like we said, there's just enough luck with the weather die and strategy, which actions you're going to take. Okay, so it's not that deep. It's not deep enough for players that are used to, say, games like Terra Mystica or even Castles of Burgundy or anything like that. But as a gateway game to introduce new players into the board gaming thing, then I don't think you can go much further wrong with this, because once you've played this, you might want to sort of branch out and go for Catan or something like that, or maybe you want to play Castles of Burgundy, because this game's just a very basic game. It's got a charming theme, very, very welcoming, very relaxed, very quick, and we're going to give this 4 out of 5. We really do like Takenoko. We've heard this referred to as boring, but we don't think that. It's a little bit unbalanced with the way that the objective cards sort of dictate the flow of the game, but we can forgive it for that. We do like it. We love Antione Bauza's work, and that is Takenoko. So remember, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to this channel. Leave a comment in that section down below, and we'll see you next time.